right. All right. Making sure everything's all set up and ready to go. I got mic set up. Hello, hello. All right. Got everything ready to go. And yep, links in the description for the donation page. So, yep. Here we are, the 24-hour live stream. What's going to happen? I have no idea. But anywho, here we are. So as I wait for people to come in, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to, just wait a little bit. Hey, thank you for joining in. Welcome to the 24-hour live stream. That's right. We just started, and we'll see how this goes. How you doing today? Yep, and the donation page is in the description of the video, so whoever donates gets to pick the topic of what we're going to talk about. That's how this works. Whoever donates, gets to pick the topic, gets to pick the choice of what we're going to do in today's live stream. Hey, how's it going, madame? Woo. Yeah, so how this live stream is going to work is whoever donates gets to pick the topic or gets to, pick whatever we're going to do in this 24-hour live stream. So that's how this works. So till then, I guess we'll wait. But how's your day been so far? Whew. Day been good. I got up a little while ago and just got everything ready to go, making sure you guys can hear me good. So what would you guys like to talk about? Moo. You guys still there? Want to make sure the chat's working. It should be working fine. Okay. So until people come in, I'm going to put on some public domain music. Or, watch something that's in the public domain. Okay. No, here we go. Public domain movies. And here comes a plane. Hey there, Blues Life. How's it going? Hope everyone's having a good day. Yeah, how today's stream's going to work, it's a 24-hour live stream. So what we're going to be doing is whoever donates gets to talk about the topic. I'm doing pretty good. This is my first time doing a 24-hour live stream, so we'll see how this goes. But yeah, are you subscribed to the channel? Oh, cool. Yeah, you see, setting up this whole donation page so that way. Oh. A new nighttime cold medicine called NyQuil. NyQuil relieves major cold symptoms like sniffles, sneezing, nasal congestion, scratchy throat, and coughing for hours to help you get a good night's sleep. NyQuil, the most unique nighttime cold medication ever developed by me. Old NyQuil commercial. Anyway. Yeah. So anyway, how this works is whoever donates gets to talk about the topic. It's to, delve into what we're going to be doing today. So, yeah, I know it's cool that you're subbed to the channel. What are some of your favorite videos from this channel? Sorry about that. Just had to check my phone. Oh, cool. That's cool. Yeah, glad you enjoy the live streams. I'm not sure you've been on the live streams before. I don't think I've seen you. I can't see your profile, but no, I do like the name Blues Life. But yeah, I should explain how the whole donations thing work. You see, what I want to do is to improve my channel. I want to improve my channel. I want to continue to make better videos, for you guys, and to, I'm actually working on trying to do a short film that I would love to do, but kind of need some money in order to make it good. Because that's the whole thing. The donations, it's all going to strictly go to the project itself. Like, there's a couple different projects I have coming up. Like you see on my posts, like an idea for a Willy Wonka sequel, an idea for a Friday the 13th Halloween crossover, a project that's going to be a Phantasm Hellraiser crossover. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, no, I'm really glad you like the streams. But yeah, that's how this works. That's why I'm doing this one. It's so that way it can, open the door, so that way there'll be better videos coming out. That's strictly what the donation page is for. It goes to the film project itself. And one of the ideas is I actually had this idea to do a movie that's done through live stream. I don't know how, but I always thought that would be kind of interesting, almost very an Unfriended kind of feel, or one of those type of movies, friend requests. So very, very reminiscent to that. I just thought about doing that with a Halloween 3 sequel that I wanted to do. Halloween Season of the Witch, one of my personal favorite movies. And how the whole donations thing work is you don't have to donate if you don't want to, you don't feel comfortable with it. That's totally fine. And I'm not asking for, a certain amount or not. It's, whatever you guys feel comfortable with. But, since you're here, what do you want to talk about? This could be open for discussion. So it's basically a, open book. What would you like to talk about, Blues Life? No, it's okay. So, do you watch Doctor Who? Are you a Doctor Who fan by any chance? Are I'll take that as a yes. That's, oh, that's cool. So heart, heart. So you want to talk about hearts or Valentine's Day or? That's what you mean by the hearts. As to what you want to talk about. Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. I really do. I really do. That's really sweet of you. Yeah, I think my favorite one is the. I like the blue one. Blue's my favorite color. And I'm actually going to be doing a new series of videos that are coming up soon. In particular, there's going to be a series of Walking Dead videos I wanted to do. In particular, talking about what's going to happen in the next half of the season, and talk about one character in particular I'm looking forward to seeing, make his appearance in the next half of the show, because he's quite possibly one of the best characters that's in Walking Dead, right next to Negan. But I'm going to save that for the talk when I do the video talking about Walking Dead characters, or talking about Walking Dead in general. So that I'm saving for that series. And there's going to be a whole new series of videos that are coming out soon. Like there's going to be a video of me talking about the one of the most popular videos on my channel is the What If Wonka Gum Was Real and the Blue Pop video. Those ones I'm definitely going to be talking about the making of them and afterwards, and how just going to be talking about them in general. So that I'll save for those videos. But I really appreciate you being sub to the channel and really liking the live streams. Because I've been doing more of the live streams often. Because I like talking to you guys. I like talking to the viewers, and I like saying what's on my mind. I really like communicating with you guys, because I could hear your guys' input as to what you like from the channel, what type of content you like to see from the channel, and just in general, just to see more videos. Not at the moment, but it's still early. It's still early. I'm pretty sure when things start picking up, people start coming in, and then be wanting to ask questions, and I do so because more or less this is like a Q&A kind of deal. So that way I can get to know you. So that way you guys can get to know me better, and I get to know you guys a little better. So it's like sharing thoughts. Let me see if I can pull up. Okay, here. I'm actually looking at a couple of how-to videos for some of my most popular videos. Let me see if I can pull up. Yeah, one of the things I heard about, one of the most popular rumors that's going around right now in Doctor Who is that after. Yeah, that's okay. It's all good. Catch you later. Take it easy. Here we go. Audio library. Okay, let's see. Let's listen to this one. Okay. Oh, hey, welcome to the stream. How's it going? Ocean, hey, how's it going? It's been well. Yeah, this is my 24-hour live stream. You can call it a 24-hour live stream challenge. I'm doing pretty good, let's see. Playing on that. Yeah. Anyway, how this is going to work is that whoever donates or whoever comes in, gets to pick the topic for the live stream. But anyway, what do you want to talk about? Oh, did you see the message I sent about the? Yeah, I don't. Oh, okay, that's cool. Yeah. So how the donation is? I'm not sure if I mentioned this before, but how it works is the donation page is just going to go to projects for the channel. It's going to go to projects for different videos, different films I want to do. So all that's going to strictly go to that. One of the goals that I want to achieve is being able to buy a suit, an inflatable suit for the videos. So that way, they're better. So that way they're better because the padding's working just fine. But to improve, upon it and to just make it more quality, especially to do the blueberry videos because I would really like to get back to doing those. But I feel like I need the suit to do that, and I don't have a suit, unfortunately. So that's one of the goals I would like to achieve. But we'll see how that goes. But anyway, Have you seen the new season of Doctor Who lately? Because I haven't. I mean, I caught the first episode of the new, series. And I don't know. I like the first episode. I know some people have some complaints with the way the season's going, and so what do you think about it so far? Do you enjoy it, or because I heard mixed things about it? Like some people are saying they're playing it too safe. Some people say they're not. It doesn't feel like Doctor Who. Like there's different complaints about it and different things I've heard. And one of the popular rumors that's going around is Chris Chibnall, who's now the new showrunner of Doctor Who, and Jodie Whittaker are going to do series 12, but then they're done after that. Like they're going to leave because there's rumor going around saying that Chris Chibnall, didn't like stuff that was going on behind the scenes. He didn't, like the direction the show was going, and he didn't, want to actually have the job of being the showrunner, but he took it. So I'm just like, okay, if you didn't want it, why did you take it? So I'm hearing different things about that. But yeah, I would like to hear what your thoughts are. Well, yeah, I kind of felt the same way with Walking Dead in a way, like this new season. I will say this: the first half of this season, I liked the last season before. I thought the last season was great. But this new season, I'm just not sure if I'm into it. The only saving grace about this was when, I will say this, I liked, Rick Grimes' last episode. I thought that episode was good. I thought if they were going to end the show that way, that would be a perfect series finale episode. That's how I felt. I thought, okay, this is where you end it. And then, I don't know, just to me, it felt like, I don't know what to make of it. But then the mid-season finale made me go, okay, it's getting back to the top. And from what I've seen and from what I heard, how they're talking about the next half, it's actually going to go into the Whisper War. I'm looking forward to it because Beta is, in the comics, is one of my favorite characters in that story arc. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to seeing how that's going to play out. I can understand it. It's like, I think with anybody, it's usually difficult when there's a new doctor involved, like whether it's, man or woman. There's always a whole thing of, I don't know, because I felt that way whenever, because I loved Christopher Eccleston. I loved him as the Ninth Doctor. He was absolutely my favorite Doctor. He was my Doctor. So when David Tennant came along, I was a little like, I don't know. I felt kind of weird about it. I'm like, I don't know. But then I think it was during the second half of his first season that the David Tennant years that I'm like, I'm getting used to this guy. I really like what he's bringing, especially later on whenever his Doctor got a little darker. I was like, okay, this is kind of up my alley. And then I absolutely love Matt Smith. Absolutely loved him. Honestly, I wasn't going to stop watching it. Dr. Houston Smith. Yeah, no, I understand. I love Matt Smith. Matt Smith was absolutely my favorite. And I love Peter Capaldi. Peter Capaldi was really good. I loved him because he brought back the darkness. He brought back, the darker edge to the Doctor, which I absolutely love. And Jodie Whittaker, like I said, since I've only seen her first episode, it's hard to judge what she's doing. But for what I seen in her first episode, I didn't mind it. In fact, her performance, more or less, reminded me a little bit of David Tennant. Reminded me a little bit of the 10th Doctor. And I love her look. I love, the new look of the Doctor. Yeah. Yeah, that's always the question of the Doctor. Usually he does regenerate into someone younger, but I think it was in the episode. I think the reason why Peter Capaldi was chosen, he was in the Fires of Pompeii episode and David Tennant's, episode, and he saved his life. He saved his life and his family's life. And I think the Doctor, like his brain or subconsciously, he chooses the faces. Like he chooses, who he's going to be next. In a way, like his mind subconsciously chooses. Like when, if you look at David Tennant's last episode, he was getting darker. He was losing himself. He was almost becoming almost a villain in a way. So when he regenerates, Matt Smith is like, hey, this young, youthful, like, hey, let's have fun. Let's go out and explore. And I like that. So then when, he went back to that kind of darker streak, or, to remind himself who he is when he became Peter Capaldi, this is my theory on all that. It was to remind him of who he is and what he does, that, he's a good man, that he saves people. That's what the Doctor does. And he broke one of his rules, saving somebody in a fixed point in time that probably, he shouldn't have done. But that showed how good of a man he is. And so he chose Peter Capaldi's face to remind him, of who he is. At least that's what I like to think. And Peter Capaldi still was awesome, though. Like, one of my favorite episodes, it was in, I think it was in the 2-parter premiere of season 9, when he's on that army tank playing the electric guitar in the medieval times. I absolutely love that. And he introduced the word dude years before the word is even supposed to be around. So I really like that. That's why I loved about him. Like, he could be the very serious, but he also can be, the fun Doctor. And I do like that joke that he makes in the Christmas episode when he's talking to, the first incarnation, the first Doctor. Oh yeah, Waters of Mars. I say that's my favorite 10th Doctor episode, because that's when you get into the dark territory of the Doctor. That's when you get into the really dark side of him. And that episode was really dark too. That episode I absolutely love, because it played out like a very alien horror movie. Like it played out like that, at least in my mind. I actually, this is one of the things I thought that they were going to do with Chris Chibnall whenever he took on as showrunner for Doctor Who. I thought they were going to go back to the dark territory. I really did, because I thought this would be a perfect opportunity to, bring back some of those monsters, or, to bring back some of the classic monsters, bring back those monsters. The Flood, I think they would have been great. To bring back the Flood. And I know Missy is gone. I know there's probably zero chance of Missy or the Master coming back. But I still would like to see them come back in the new show. And I just would love to see some of the classics. I'd love to see the Cybermen. Absolutely love the Cybermen. The Cybermen are my favorites, right next to the Weeping Angels. We actually didn't get a whole lot of Weeping Angel episodes with Capaldi's era. The Slovene. I like a good Slovene. I like to see it. Ood. I like the Ood. But yeah, the Flood are really good. So that's why I'm hoping that they're going to do at least. And this is the thing. I'm not sure if you heard. There's not going to be a Christmas special this year for Doctor Who. They're not doing a Christmas special. Yeah, they were. They were definitely during Moffat's time on the show, because he was the one that created them. So it made sense when he took over as showrunner that he wanted to bring them back every now and then. So that totally made sense. And I actually heard at his home, Stephen Moffat has one of the Weeping Angel statues at his home. Yeah, me too. Me too. And yeah, this was the thing I didn't get. A lot of people complain about Stephen Moffat's writing later on down the line. I didn't mind it. I will say this. I felt like Clara stayed on too long. I thought, okay, after her first run with Peter Capaldi, and they had this nice goodbye. They did. They had this nice goodbye in season 8, where well, maybe not a nice goodbye, but they both kind of like, you know what, let's move on. So I felt like that would have been a good exit. That would have been a nice exit. I felt like in season 9, I don't know. I just kind of got tired of Clara, to be honest with you. Yeah, she was, because I liked her when she was with Matt Smith. And I liked some of the stuff that she brought in to the show, but at the same time, I was like, and I'm kind of done with her. So I thought, Bill Potts, I thought she was a nice change of pace. I absolutely loved Bill Potts in season 10. I loved her because I was like, okay, now we're going back. And one of my favorite things that she says to the Doctor in her, last episode when she's a Cyberman, she goes, hey, you know about the whole thing of me, liking women? And he's like, yeah. It's like, good. Just want to make sure we're on the right page. I love that because it's a very platonic relationship. I like that relationship, that they're just friends. And she loves the Doctor in the sense, not in like the romantic sense or any of that, but in a very platonic way, that she loves him almost maybe like I won't say grandfather figure, or maybe like a granddad figure. I don't know, but that she loves him in that way, that she loves him like, family. Oh, definitely. Yeah, when Amy and Rory went. But here's the thing that I noticed when I rewatched that episode. I didn't know this before, but if you rewatch that episode, when the Doctor's breaking down, notice no one's looking at the angel except for River. River is keeping her eyes on the angel. And this showed how strong of a character River was. This is someone who just, lost her mother and father. And she's looking at that angel while the Doctor is mourning. His hearts are broken. He's breaking down, and she lets him do it. And River's staying strong for him, so that way the angel doesn't get him. River is a very strong character in that moment. In that moment, I'm just like, I absolutely loved her. Because she lost, as much as the Doctor did that moment. So yeah, Amy and Rory, that episode, Angels Take Manhattan, that messed me up. It did. That broke me too. And I love that they brought her back, to say goodbye, to close Matt Smith's Doctor's story. And I really liked, how he went, how his Doctor went, and also like how Capaldi's went too. That he gives that whole, talk to the next Doctor, to get a few things in order. So I absolutely love that. But yeah, I absolutely loved Amy and Rory, and I actually like the new dynamic now with, you know, with the new Doctor, that now she has three companions traveling with her. Both have, different age gap. There's like the different age gaps. There's, different dynamics between them, which I absolutely love that. I like, okay, I like this. I like the Doctor traveling with more companions, and each one is bringing something new, bringing something unique to them. Like with Amy and Rory in particular, that was the Doctor having the family back. And I actually would love to see Susan come back in some way. Hey, J Master Blow, how's it going? It's been a while since I heard from you. How you been? Yeah, today we're doing a 24-hour live stream event. That's right. Same here, man. Same here. Today's a 24-hour live stream event. It's like a challenge, and it's saying whoever donates gets to talk about the topic, for the live stream. Right now, I'll explain the whole donation page thing I got set up. The donation page is set up so that way the donations go directly to the next film project. It goes directly to the next video. It goes to making better videos, because one of the things I would love one of the goals I would love to do is to get a proper inflatable suit, for the videos. So that way I can do a Blueberry video, because people have been wanting another Blueberry video, and I really would like to do another one, but I don't have the suit. So that's why I have the donation link set up in the description, so that way. Yeah. Okay. See you later, Ocean. Take care. But that's why I got the link set up for that. Ooh. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm looking into that. If possible, yes. Or if not, I'm looking. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, that's what I'm looking into. So that's why I have the donation link set up, because people have been wanting another, Blueberry video, and I don't have the inflatable suit, so kind of makes things a little difficult. Yeah, no, and that's also, like, this is the thing with the whole donation link. It's all going to go to those projects, Blueberry video, Friday 13th night, Halloween crossover, all that. It's all going to go to that. But yeah, I do really want to do I'm definitely looking into, I'm writing the script for that. Writing an outline of an idea of how it would be possible for Halloween Friday the 13th to, be a thing. So definitely writing that and looking into different things for that. So yeah, hopefully that will get off the ground. Like I said, that's why I have the donation link set up, so that way I can, I can make that a reality. What would you play in that? I actually thought about this. I think what I would play in that is either Jason or Michael. I feel like probably Michael. I feel like Michael would definitely be the one. But if not, I'd probably go for Jason because I think I have the more of the build for Jason. Or maybe Loomis. Yeah, definitely Loomis. Actually, in one of the scripts I wrote, for a Halloween sequel, there is a character that is actually related to Dr. Sam Loomis. It's his grandson. So yeah, there probably will be like a Loomis type character in. Yeah, I think I'll probably do that. I'll go for a Loomis type character in the Halloween Friday the 13th crossover. Believe it or not, when Rob Zombie was doing the remake for Halloween, he was looking into different actors to play Dr. Sam Loomis. One of the ones that was considered was actually Robert Englund. Yeah, imagine that. Robert Englund as Dr. Sam Loomis, Freddy Krueger himself. That would have been weird. But in a way, Robert Englund did play a very, very Dr. Loomis-esque character in a horror film prior. I think it was called Behind the Mask. It's a horror movie, Behind the Mask, where he played, basically Sam Loomis for that movie, and he did a fantastic job. So he would have been a very interesting choice for Dr. Sam Loomis. But yeah, for the 13th Halloween, I'm trying to come up with the. Oh yeah, Robert Englund. He's a fantastic actor. Probably one of the most underrated character actors around. Sorry, a little bit of hair in my mouth. But yeah, listen, I'll be right back. I need to get something. Hey, Mom. You say you have a doctor's appointment today? I get you. I get you. Doing a 24-hour live stream challenge right now. So far, I made hour 1. It's going to be a long stream. Yeah, sorry about that. I had to get some water. But yeah, no, he would have definitely been a good choice. Yeah. One of the other choices I think would have been really good, if they wanted to do another Halloween movie with Sam Loomis again, I think Gary Oldman. Gary Oldman would be a very good choice. And if they want to go to the younger route, for Loomis, they could go Viggo Mortensen. There's a lot of good choices. Here's one that I think is an odd choice, but I would actually really love to see it. Mel Gibson as Sam Loomis. Try to imagine that. Mel Gibson as Dr. Sam Loomis. I think it would be interesting. You would definitely be an interesting Loomis. But yeah, here's the thing. For the Halloween Friday the 13th crossover, for those that donate, they get to have a shout out in the credits. In the credits, they get to have a shout out, and here's the thing, depending on how much they donate, they get one prop from the movie and a DVD copy. How does that sound? Yeah, so if you want to donate to that, links in the description of this live stream. Oh, and I'll tell you the basic plot idea I have for it in mind. The idea for it would be okay, cool. The idea for the basic plot is the film's going to take place roughly, let's say, the ending to Halloween Part 4 happened. Let's say the ending to Part 4 happened when, let's say we'll change it to where he gets shot down by the police. That all happens. He's dead. He's floating down the river. Let's just say that. Now, instead of him, finding his way back to Haddonfield and going into, coma for whatever, let's say his body makes its way down to Crystal Lake. Now, in this time frame that's going to be set up, since that Halloween was around 88, I believe. I believe it was 88 or 89. I can't remember exactly. But let's say, in this time frame, since it's 89, Jason's dead. Jason got killed. This is before Part 5 actually happens. This would be like, say, Part 5, New Beginning never happened. Even though I love that movie. I love New Beginning. New Beginning is one of my favorites. Let's say his body ends up in Crystal Lake. And at first, he goes around doing what he normally does. Michael at Crystal Lake. And this gets campers believing, it's Jason, he's back. He's back. But as it turns out, it's actually Michael, doing all this. But then towards the end, Jason actually comes back, and him and Michael have the last half of the movie, or the last 20 minutes or whatever, the last half of it would be this big battle between Jason and Michael. Yeah, so how I explain Jason coming back to life, Jason's already a supernatural figure. It's been established he's now supernatural at that point. But here's a question. Here's a question for you. And you have your own, but I am struggling with the idea as to whether or not to give Jason his traditional look, the look that everybody loves and, respect, the hockey mask, or instead instead of the hockey mask, we go back to Friday the 13th Part 2 territory, where he has that burlap sack over his head, where he has the bag. Because I love that look. That's the only time you get that look, and I love that look. But I understand why they changed the layer, because of the Town that Dread Sundown. They don't want to, have that. They'd be like, oh, it looks like the dude from Town Dread Sundown, so can't have that. Yeah, it's a tough call, because I do like the bad head look. Oh, and you saw the poll I have set up between the title. Yeah, I'll probably stick with the traditional look. I actually had this neat idea of why people think at first it's Jason, but because here's the thing about Michael Myers. He's a very smart character. He is. He's not stupid. He's very, intelligent. So what I think he would do, this is just in my own mindset, or I don't know, I think it would just be kind of interesting is if at first, to me, this would actually be a funny kind of deal. When Jason first emerges, he doesn't have the mask. Let's say he doesn't have the mask, but you don't see his face because, depending on how much I get in donations, I don't know if I can afford prosthetics to make the face look all great. And then one of the campers, as a joke to play on, one of their friends, has like the hockey mask or whatever. And it's like, oh, hey, guys, and the hockey mask, I'm going with this because I love the hockey mask in Part 5. I don't care what people say. It's just that, regular mask with the blue, horizontal lines or whatever. I actually love that look. I'm going to freaking get that because I love that mask. Jason, puts it on after killing the guy. So that would be like a callback to how Jason got the hockey mask in the first place in Friday the 13th Part 3 in 3D. When he killed the prankster guy and, took that mask. So that would be like a little callback to Part 3. Which I will say this, that is on my list of, as to one of my favorite ones in the series. I would say my favorite ones in the series is, of course, Part 4, the final chapter. No, actually, I'll say this. So believe it or not, my favorite one of all time is Part 5. And I know that's one that is universally panned as the worst, but I absolutely love Part 5. I don't know what it is, because it just has this awesome 80s feel. Like, it captures the 80s so well, and I just love that feel. And I would say this. So Part 5 being my absolute favorite. I would say a close second to that is Part 6. So it goes hand in hand. Jason lives. I did in Part 7 being my third favorite. Part 2, that's a good choice. Part 2 is a good one. Part 2 is a good one. Part 2 is actually, on my number 4. And I guess just for pure, because it's more of a comedy at that point, Jason X. Because at that point, it's like, okay, we already ran this series into wherever we can go, so let's just have Jason go to outer space. Let's have him go into space, guys. So that's my top 5. Oh, I saw that. That's funny. That did make me laugh. You know what's weird is back when Mad TV started out, because it started out like roughly around the 90s, there was one sketch, because the big movie that was out at the time was Apollo 13. Yeah, the movie about. So there was that. That was a big, deal. So they did a parody called Apollo the 13th, Jason Takes NASA, where it's Jason on the spaceship, trying to attack the crew on the, on the Apollo 13, spacecraft. And I watched this. I'm like, so wait, Mad TV did Jason X before Jason X was even a thing. I was like, leave it to a parody show to beat people to the punch when it comes to crossovers. It's actually a very interesting story when it comes to Jason Takes Manhattan. That originally, it was supposed to be a Nightmare on Elm Street crossover. It was supposed to be a Nightmare on Elm Street crossover, and I believe it was going to begin with Freddy on trial. It was going to begin, kind of reestablishing, Freddy's part. It was going to begin with Freddy on trial, and then him getting off, and then, just basically, him getting let go because of the technicality, and then, the parents getting upset, burning the warehouse down or whatever. And then it would, go into Jason. So it would be like a recap for people who weren't familiar with Freddy's origin. And then this is the weird thing, that they were going to do this whole deal where at one point in the movie, Freddy and Jason would be in a boxing ring. No, that was actually part 9. Jason Goes to Hell. Because at the time, Paramount and New Line couldn't come to an agreement as to how to go about doing this crossover, because one wanted more money, the other one didn't, so they never came to this whole agreement of like, okay, that's it. But then when New Line came around and actually bought out the rights, from Paramount to have the rights for the Friday the 13th series, they were able to finally do the crossover that they wanted to do. So that was like years in the making. And I heard like one script story would have been like Freddy and Jason in a boxing ring or whatever. And one of the judges would have been Adolf Hitler, and Ted Bundy would have been like the referee. Like it would have been weird. It would have been really weird because it was supposed to be like in hell or whatever. And it's like, yeah, this didn't work. But actually, this is the thing that was interesting when they were talking about the different potential endings for Freddy versus Jason. They said one of the endings that they didn't end up using, which they would have really loved to have done, because then this would have segued into another crossover, would be, it would end where Freddy and Jason are in like this sort of dark, kind of voidless area, and you hear like souls or whatever, going moaning or whatever. So, and just when Freddy and Jason are about ready to, go for round 2, Pinhead showed up. Pinhead, would show up, chains would be, spiked through Jason and Freddy, holding them back. And Pinhead will go, okay, guys, what seems to be the problem here? That would have been amazing. That would have been really cool. But then that's a whole other deal with them trying to convince Dimension Films to do that, so that way they could tease a crossover, another crossover event. I believe it or not, I believe Doug Bradley talked about at one point, because Halloween was owned by Dimension Films, now it's owned by Universal. Yeah, that would have been cool. But this is the thing that was interesting, that Doug Bradley talked about it, they were toying around with the idea of doing a Hellraiser and Halloween crossover. And someone actually had this interesting theory as to how that would have worked. So, let's say that Michael is, whatever, like maybe the boyfriend to Michael's sister, Judith, gives Michael's, the puzzle box, gives Michael the Lamage configuration. Be like, here, play with this while me and your sister are, going to go upstairs or whatever. So, Michael, being a kid, bored, naturally, he plays with it, opens it, and his soul ends up, being transferred or whatever, and then this other soul comes in to make the shape, the evil of Michael. And then years later, Pinhead's like, okay, you had your fun, now it's time to come back into the fold. And it's like, no, I'm not doing that. No. Someone had an interesting idea of how that would have been very interesting to have done. Oddly enough, they did. Well, they did. They did do an Ash versus Freddy versus Jason in the comics, in the form of comic books, in a comic series, and it actually worked out well, and it actually made complete sense as to how they did it. Because if you remember in part 9, the Necronomicon and the Kandarian dagger are in the Voorhees house. Yeah, if only they'd done a movie, that would have been really interesting. But who knows? Who knows? No, my man, I'm just checking on something here real quick. I don't know. Like I said, are you talking about the Blueberry video, for the Wonka sequel? That depends which one you're referring to, for the Wonka sequel or like a video. I'm not sure what you mean. Yeah, because I had an idea of doing a sequel to Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Well, the idea is it's going to take place years in the future, present day, where the factory is actually no more. The factory's no more. It's run down. Now it's just a thing of folklore. But here's the instance, I can't officially call the movie, Willy Wonka and have that many references to Roald Dahl's book because of copyright reasons. So some mentions are going to be taken out. So I'm going to be taking some liberties with it, but people who, who know of Willy Wonka, they'll get the idea that, oh wait, this is a Wonka sequel, but it's going to be like a horror story. So let's say years later, Charlie, took over the factory. And at one point, let's say he forsake the name that, he changed his name from Charlie Bucket to Willard Wonka. Let's just say that. Or Willard, as he's going to be called in the film. And something happened where throughout the years, the factory went under. Or, the factory is not as popular as it used to be, so it kind of fell into obscurity, went under, became bankrupt, and is almost no more, almost non-existent. And let's just say a group of people somehow find themselves wanting to explore the factory, wanting to explore the ruins of the factory. So they go in, and let's just say one by one, they meet their dismissal, or, their exit. And there's not going to be not one, but two blueberry scenes. So a group of explorers or a group of friends or whatever. Well, here's the thing. One male and then one female. So there'll be one for each. Willard is going to be me, yes. Because you don't see a whole lot of him until the very end. But here's the deal with this, But here's the deal with this movie. It's very much going to be like a horror film. It's going to be like, do you remember, I think College Humor or Funny or Die did a little fake trailer for a horror movie, like a horror remake of Willy Wonka called Gobstopper? If you look at that, that's basically the inspiration for this one. That's what the inspiration is for this. It's going to be a very horror themed dark telling of. Oh no, it's really. Look it up. Look up Gobstopper trailer, and you'll find it. It's really interesting. So that's where the inspiration for this comes into play. So it's going to be a very horror story take. And did you see the poll as to which name for the series? I think W Fallen Factory is going to be. Yeah, so W Fallen Factory is going to be the name of it. And here's the deal: I know people really want to see another blueberry inflation thing. So, but here's my whole deal: I want to do it, but I want to tell a story. I want to tell a really interesting story that also it's going to be a dark telling of the Wonka story, but it's also going to mirror Charlie's story as well. Like it's going to mirror the idea of fate and destiny. Because in a way, Charlie or Willard at this point, has lost his head. He's lost his mind, and yet he still believes he's doing all this whimsical stuff. That he's trying to be whimsical, trying to be like Wonka, trying to be like his mentor. But in a way, he became something very villainous. He became something to which by the end, when there's going to be this big sacrifice moment at the end. I don't want to give away too much, but it's going to be this moment when, he's going to have this whole deal where he's like, so that's how I used to be. That's who I was. Well, since the factory's run down, the juicer also is no longer in the works. So we'll see. That's going to be something I'm actually going to leave to the audience to decide. As to what happens to the poor couple, because that's how it's going to happen. It's going to happen where there'll be like this couple, whatever, who somehow the group ends up splitting off or whatever, and let's just say old horror movie trope. The couple that like each other go off or whatever to make out on their own, and let's say one of them, the girl or the guy, finds the gum. And, the girl chews on it, and they're making out. So in a way, they both end up almost Lady and the Tramp style, chewing the gum simultaneously. Well, let's just say it's like the big thing of almost like Hubba Bubba, like a big thing of those bubble tape. And that's how it happens. Well, maybe we'll see what happens in this. But here's the deal: in order for me to really do that, I want to do that well. Want to tell that story so well because I want it to be freaking good. I'm gonna need your guys' help. That's why I have the donation thing. I know people want another blueberry video and they want it now. Like Veruca saw there, they want it now. And I don't want to just put it out now because then it's going to look crappy. That's why I have the donation deal. Me too, man. And that's why I have the whole donation link, so that way, because here's the deal, guys. I'm not sure how many are watching. But in order for me to make this a reality, I'm going to need your guys' help. I really am. I'm going to need your guys' help on this. And I don't know. Because it can't just be me in the whole thing. It can't just be me. Playing all the characters. I can't do that. Not for this story. Not for this particular sequel. Not for this movie. Or not even for the Friday the 13th Halloween crossover. Because I am going to find actors, to play different characters for this. Different people that want to be involved. Hope you guys can understand that. Thank you, I appreciate that. And the title for of the film is going to be called W Fallen Factory. And also, there's a question of the ending. And that's the thing. Whoever donates gets to pick how the movie ends. I'll actually have a poll set up for the ending. Hey, how you doing? Nice to see you again. I was just talking about the Wonka sequel and turning it into a dark horror story. Psychological, of course. No, that's not what's going to happen to Willard at the end. I actually have an idea for how how his story's going to end. Because this will stay right after that. There's only going to be 2 blueberry scenes. Only 2. That's it. And the others are going to have creative endings too, until there's one left. And as, of course, traditional horror films go, there's going to be a final girl. Ocean, would you like to hear the overall idea that I have for the Wonka sequel? Okay. All right. Takes place years in the future. Present day. Let's say present day. The factory is no longer up and running. The factory is closed down. And it's become something of folklore and legend. It's become something of myth. So, a group of 4 friends, 4 explorers or whatever, decide to investigate the fallen factory. And the name of the film is going to be called W, Fallen Factory, to investigate it. And as they're investigating, one by one, they're picked off in a creative exit until they meet the owner, until the one remaining meets the deranged new owner of the factory. And that is Willard Wonka, who was actually Charlie Bucket grown up, and who lost his mind, went mad, and became a horror villain. Because in this story, Charlie forsake his name Charlie Bucket and took on the name Willard Wonka, as a ode to his mentor. And it's going to play a lot into fate and destiny. It's going to play a lot into that. It's going to play a lot into sacrifice, fate, and an idea of the future. More or less, yes. It's it's going to be like in a mix. Maybe there's going to be two boys, two girls. Who knows? Yep. And there's two blueberry scenes. One guy, one girl. And any cops? Oh, well, that's a thing. Nope, no police officers. No cops. Well, at least not until the very end. I don't know in this one. So there are some horror tropes I am going to follow, but then there's some that I'm not going to do because I'm getting tired of seeing those cliches. And for those guys who would like to, donate to this to that project in particular, yeah, links in the description. And I will say this: one character is actually going to be. I was trying to think of another way a character can disappear, or have their exit. No, not that. No, one character is actually going to be shrunken. Yeah, what do you think, Ocean? Well, yeah, it's going to be a little dark and a little scary, but let me show you, not gory. Not. Sorry. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you to whoever donated. Appreciate it. There we go. Maybe. That would be flying decal to the floor. I don't know. I think he is going to get stepped on, but I don't know about in that way. I don't know if he's going to be flattened like in decal style. Oh, hold on, the chat disappeared. Oh, wait, now it's back. Okay. It disappeared for a second. I don't know what happened. That was weird. Yeah, but thank you. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. You're the best. You're definitely going to get a shout out. You're definitely going to get, name in the credit and a DVD copy of one of your choosing. One of your choosing. You're going to have a shout out in both credits. Maybe, but I don't know. I think for I don't know. We'll see. We'll see about that. We'll see. So since you donated, you get to choose a DVD of your choice. What DVD copy would you like when the film's done? And you're going to have your names in both credits of, name in the credit of whichever movie you choose. So it's all up to you. What DVD copy and what movie you want to be credited for. Yeah, like in the special thanks credits. So I'll leave that all to you. How does that sound? Oh, Wonka for sure. Oh, yeah, okay, definitely Wonka. All right, so you get name in the credit for Wonka and a DVD copy of that when it's done. You'll probably get depending on how well the project goes. I think I could give you a prop of the vegan figure that we'll use. Do that. We'll definitely do that for you. Yeah. Oh, this might be a interesting question. What is the best horror movie parody you've ever seen? We'll see. Most likely, it's going to be a very jock-like character. If that makes sense. Ish, I believe. Ocean, you still there? Oh, wrong button. Just checking on something. Scary movie? Scary movie is a good one. Either you're choosing. Oh, I love that one too. You know what? I do love that one. There's very rarely. You're right. It is lesser known. It's very underrated. I like that one. I love that movie too. It's one of my favorites. But either way, I do like that one. That is definitely one of my favorites. And I think some of the writers of that, wrote for a scary thing, but a lot of their stuff, was taken out or whatever, or I don't know the whole story behind it. But then they left, like, you know what, we're going to do our own parody movie. So they took the script that they wrote, and went on and did that one. The Wayans brothers actually wrote a lot for Scary Movie 1. So that was more or less their film. So the other guys that also co-wrote the script, they're like, let's do our own. So they went off and did their own. It was funnier in that one too. In that one, that's when it's, there's like the whole guy, fighting over, that one is funny. Sorry if I'm distracted a little bit. I'm looking up props and other things that I'm probably going to, for the for films. Slabs. I'm trying to remember, how did Slabs, how did he go out? I'm trying to remember, what was his dismissal? Oh, okay, yeah, because yeah, that's right, yeah, I remember that. He OD'd on steroids, head exploded, and she's like, "Oh, God, look at all the mess." Yeah, I like that one. That one was funny. Yeah, who's gonna clean? Who's gonna clean them all up? Yeah, I like that line. It's funny. Okay. Sorry, got distracted there. Let me open up another window here. If I can find the thingy. There we go. Okay. Oh, here's an interesting question. What should Willard wear since he was more or less in a rundown part of the factory? I feel like his clothes wouldn't be as pristine as his mentor because he lives basically in a dilapidated. Hmm. I didn't. Definitely gonna look at that now. So let's see. Let me take a look at that real quick. Okay. Hmm. No bad idea. Yeah, definitely. I'm looking into that right now. Oh, luck. Okay. Yeah, they have a good selection of choices here, and some for pretty good price. So, yeah, I'm definitely going to look into that. Let me take a look at this. Hmm. Let me take a look at this one here. Oh, see you later, Ocean. Sorry if I was distracted. I'm just looking at the different suits here. All right, close that. Okay, yeah, so it's definitely one worth looking into. Yeah, I think I found a couple suits that might actually work, so I'm definitely going to put those in the memory warehouse. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe just maybe for a tribute video or something. Yeah, probably for fun. Okay, rewriting the script a little bit. Fulton Factory. Perfect. All right. Yeah, probably for behind the scenes video. Yeah, just to show how it would work. Yeah. So definitely behind the scenes one. Let's see here. I'm writing the script right now, so Foreign Factory. Oh, and the name of the factory is actually Willard's Sweet Wonders. I think about that though. You missed what? Oh, why is that? Okay. The name of the factory is Willard's Sweet Wonders. A marks the one sec. Any other project ideas for the future? I don't know. I'm pretty sure I have a lot, that I would like to do. I know a Phantasm one is definitely going to be in the making relatively soon because someone actually donated a lot of money for me to do a Phantasm project. So I think before the Wonka sequel starts up, I'm gonna have to get on to doing the one that someone actually donated pretty heavily on. Um, to do the Phantasm project. Have you ever seen the Phantasm films? Oh, Phantasm's really good. But yeah, since somebody donated a pretty generous amount, I don't want to say how much that person did donate, but I'm definitely the Wonka sequel is going to have to take a little backseat while I work on doing the Phantasm one, if that's okay. Well, the Wonka one's going to take a while, anyway. I hope you're not upset about that. Yeah, the Tall Man. The Tall Man. Tall Man's he's a pretty awesome villain. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, no, and I want the script for the Wonka, sequel to be perfect, much like I want the Phantasm one to be perfect. And I did start writing the Phantasm one in advance, so I do have a good starting point of where I want to go. So I think I should be able to start on the Phantasm one relatively soon. Yeah, as far as filming wise goes. Let me see here. I was going to look something up to make sure I got the time setting right. Okay, 1971. Okay. 1971. Subtract. Yeah. I'm going to do a couple of short films as well. There's a couple of short films in the works. Sorry if I was distracted. I'm just writing a little bit of the script here. Let's see. A lot of times I'm doing the 24-hour challenge. So for 22 hours. So been here quite a while. Okay, it's good now. The Phantasm project, I can tell you about that one. It's going to be. That one's going to be a little more surreal. That one's going to be very. What I like to say of nightmarish quality. Because if you've seen the Phantasm movies, they're very dreamlike, very surreal. It feels like somebody's having a dream, more or less. So the film I could tell you about the Phantasm film. It's going to be actually a crossover with Hellraiser, so it's going to be very strange. And one of the big props I gotta make is the quad barrel. Is the quad barrel shotgun. That's going to be a biggie, so that'll be a pretty interesting to make once it's all put together. If you excuse me, let me get something to eat. muffin. That's the same muffin, blueberry muffin. Yeah, careful. I'll show you a picture. I'll actually show you this, a little bit of this. Yeah? Okay. All right. I actually just ate a muffin a little while ago. Okay, yeah, I'll definitely warm that up. Love you. Let's see. Here we go. Phantasm quad barrel shotgun. This is going to be one of the big props that I'm going to make. All right. Here it is. See that? Yep. Reggie Bannister's quad barrel shotgun. That is going to be one of the more difficult props. I'm going to have to make. I will show you one of the ones that are relatively easier to put together, and I'll probably do a series of behind the scenes videos of the making of Phantasm. These I got for about $1, I think. I think these are like $1 or so. They're a little smaller than the actual sphere itself, but I think it should be fine. Like I said, make do what you have. Make do what you can with what you got. So those I'll definitely be making, not for this challenge, but for another one. Yeah, they're pretty cool. So these ones I'm going to have to modify slightly. There's going to be one that's just going to be the regular sphere itself. So for one of these, I'm going to cut off that end piece there and just have it be the sphere that, just the regular sphere. And the other ones I'm going to modify to be the different ones that I know. So, yeah. But, yeah, the quad barrel shotgun is going to be a little bit... It's going to be one of the more difficult props. But hopefully... sorry if I'm shaking. But hopefully that should come together nicely. So, as of right now, the project that I'm going to be working on is going to be the Phantasm one. The Phantasm Hellraiser crossover. Oh, yeah, definitely. And I'm going to be doing videos of making the props. That's Coke. Yes, it is. It is very Coke. Just kidding. I know what you meant. I know what you meant. I'm just messing with you. Ah, dang. Ugh. I still have about 22 hours left to go. Yeah, I can do it. I just don't know what to talk about. But anyway, let's listen to some creepy stories while we're here. I just turn on the TV. All right.
This house has a big CCTV system. Basically a camera in every room, a little operating desk where all screens can be watched on a big monitor. And I'm a computer science major, so my dad just always assumed that I know how to work anything technological. The man told my dad that he paid me $200 for the...
Oh, here. Let's listen to this one first.
It's good like going to the assembly. So we got for him. That's how I got it.
Can you guys hear?
I'm 22 years old, fresh out of college, and I recently got a job at my old high school as a sort of computer intern in the school basement. The basement of the school is very messy and disorganized.
You're going to do
there is a
knuckles
small
in the
three-person
background.
office that's actually very nice down there. It has 3 nice big desks, 2 mini fridges, a flat-screen TV mounted on the wall, and also satisfying air conditioning, a luxury the students and teachers cannot enjoy in the school. And of course, all the school servers and other...
That's a good question.
I got the job.
I'm glad I did start the inflation stuff because,
consider them as real friends,
then I have my audience.
So they all helped tremendously.
I feel like it's a double-edged sword. I feel like I am grateful for you guys. Don't get me wrong. I am grateful for fans of inflation and all that. But at the same time, I really would love to tell the stories I want to tell, do the videos I would love to make. Just to be honest with you guys, I hope I'm not saying you rude, man. I'm just being completely honest.
One of the women in the front office telling me the school was on lockdown and that somebody, possibly armed, had entered the school. There wasn't much that I could do other than turn off the lights because, surprisingly,
yeah, so sorry about
as nice as this little office was, it didn't have an actual door to it, just a big opening. And the door to the whole basement didn't even have a working lock. For my own safety, I did turn off all the lights in the office and my computer screen. I kept my phone on the desk, texting both Gary and Dave, but they wouldn't respond. I sat down there in the dark, playing games on my phone for like 20 minutes, waiting for the call from up front to tell me to resume working. I had no idea what was happening. I couldn't hear what was going on upstairs from down here. But I was not allowed to make any calls until I was informed that the lockdown was over. Then the noisy basement door opened. As the creaking echoed across the basement and into my office, I sat up from my seat, wondering if I should call out Gary or Dave. I was eager to get some info from them. Some of them came running down the stairs, and their footsteps were approaching my office. I pushed away my chair and crawled under my desk. Somebody entered the office, but did not turn on the lights. There was just silence. I can't even describe the fear I was experiencing. I felt like if I made one sudden noise, I'd be a dead man. Suddenly, my phone dinged as I got a text
So
message.
I guess to answer your questions,
I
some
felt my
days
entire world
yes,
shrivel up and die
and some
at that
days
one
no.
moment. as I clenched my teeth in fear.
Does that make sense?
Footsteps suddenly moved closer to me until I finally pulled out from under the desk in capitulation, begging whoever it was not to kill me. And just then, someone grabbed my arm and pulled me up. There was some guy in a red plaid button-up jeans and a reddish-black cap. He told me, "It's okay, I'm just down here hiding with you." "What's going on up there?" I whispered to him. He kind of ignored my question and asked me if there's an exit down here. I told him, "Yeah, around that way." Before he could do anything else, I asked him, "Who are you?" There was a brief moment of silence. Before he started explaining, he was coming in to pick up his son.
I definitely get that. I feel that. I mean, yeah. So I just hope I didn't upset you, man. I'm just being honest. There are some days that I'm like, you know what? I wish I never did the inflation videos, but then there's other days where I'm grateful for it. And I'm like, you know what? People love them. Why not, continue them?
Until I realized. I looked up and felt my stomach sink. The man seemed to catch on to my suspicious stare. Panicking, all I could think to do was to run for the upstairs. A gunshot echoed through the basement, and I could hear the bullet ricochet off something metal in the darkness. But thank God the bullet missed me, and I made it upstairs.
Okay. Well, thanks for understanding.
Waiting at all exits, including the basement exit, and caught the man the second he opened the door. More good news. Our teacher, Mr. Buckley, survived the gunshot. It was later determined that the man and Mr. Buckley had some beef for whatever reason, but that was never revealed. All we know is that Mr. Buckley couldn't have done anything that would warrant
same with the inflation videos, yeah.
And I know that the sound of that gunshot will forever echo in my mind.
Okay. Have you ever seen these guys? These guys are We Watched a Movie, and they're very funny. Yeah, same here.
I'm 27 years old. I live alone in a rural town in Virginia, about 2 blocks away from my parents. My parents are both in their 60s, and my mom has become a very worrisome woman in her old age. Sometimes she walks over uninvited and lets herself in, since I have regrettably given her a key, which can get a bit annoying. Like if I would be out really late on weekends at a bar or with women, I would sometimes come home to my mom, sitting in the living room waiting, worried sick. I know you may just think, "Oh my God, that's crazy. Why don't you put your foot down and tell her to stop?" Well, because you don't know my mom. It's very hard to describe her, but she's the kind of worrisome, innocent little lady that you just can't bring yourself to go against. And I hate to mention, she also has mild dementia.
I hear it. Yugi Brony.
Isn't that Yugi Brony over there?
Yugi Brony? Never heard of him.
Oh, he's this new unicorn who likes to challenge other bronies to a children's carnival.
Do you just stick to horror stuff or try other genres? You mean as far as like filmmaking goes, or as far as like viewing goes, like as a viewer?
Dude, you're the only guy there with the guest room. Screw you then.
Hey, you alright there, Yugi?
How did you know? Hey, I know you. You're Thespio and you're Midnight Sonata. How you guys doing?
filmmaking. You know, I actually did try my hand at some comedies here and there, and I did do one. I mean, I guess you can still call it horror related, but it was mostly a drama. It was a short film. I think you can find it. It's called Alone.
Whoa. Hold on now, honey. You know you can't just give it to them.
Right. Yeah, no, it's fine. No, it's always good to try new things. But mostly I stuck to doing horror and sci-fi and some parodies here and there. But
Yes, of course.
yeah, I did try my hand at some drama. I one particular, I would love to do like my own version of 12 Angry Men, which is a great, court drama. So that's one I would really love to try my hand at.
Now what the heck? You're on, Yugi. Let's duel!
I'll start off by activating Dragon Shrine. With it, I'll send Dragon Spirit of White to the graveyard, along with White Stone of Legend. And thanks to White Stone's effect,
Yeah, no, I like 12 Angry Men too.
Blue Eyes White Dragon from my deck to my hand. And since I just revealed Blue Eyes, I'll special summon Blue Eyes Alternative White Dragon. I end my turn.
I summon Celtic Guard of Noble Arms, and I'll use his ability to special summon Obnoxious Celtic Guardian. Now, I'll sacrifice Noble Arms to special summon.
Yeah, the remake. I'll say, his remake wasn't bad. It just, I saw the original, so,
Now, Turret Warrior, attack his blue eyes!
Yeah, just like I prefer the original more.
And with that, I end my turn.
Draw. I activate Chaos Form. By banishing Blue Eyes Alternative, I can ritual summon Blue Eyes Chaos Max Dragon. He will attack Obnoxious Celtic Guard so he can inflict double the amount of piercing damage.
Nice move. But thanks to my Guardian's special ability, he can't be destroyed by any monster that has 1900 attack points or more.
I'll set a card and end my turn.
Draw. Better watch out.
Oh, Jury Duty.
Polarization.
Yeah, I forgot Jury Duty is a kind of remake of 12 Angry Men. I remember that movie. I almost forgot about that movie. Yeah. That movie's pretty lame.
And thanks to my swordsman's special ability, it forces her dragon to switch to defense mode. Oh, and one more thing. My swordsman can also do piercing damage. So now he'll attack your dragon.
And I like most of Pauly Shore's stuff. I really do. I like most of Pauly Shore's movies. Like Son-in-Law I really liked, but yeah, Jury Duty was stupid.
I activate my trap, Drowning Miracles. All of your attacking monsters go back to the deck.
Lucky move. I'll end my turn with one card face down.
Draw. I summon Heretic Dragon Amulet. And he has just the right amount of attack points to destroy your guard. I end my turn.
Draw. First, I activate Great Medicine to recover some life points. Then I'll activate my trap card, Call of the Haunted, and I'll use it to bring back the original Buster Blader. Buster Blader, attack his Heretic Dragon! Your move, you boy.
Draw. I activate Return of the Dragon Lords. This will let me bring back Dragon Spirit of
Yeah, well, it wasn't so much of a revamp as it was more of a spoof
Call
of.
of the Hunt. And when that happens, Buster Blader goes back to the grave.
More of a spoof of 12 Angry Men, but yeah, I get what you mean. Would I ever do
Original Blue Eyes White Dragon.
viewers request? I actually thought about it. I really did think about that. Yeah, actually, this could actually fit into the whole donation deal too. That whoever donates, the viewer gets to request.
But I think
The next thing. Hold on, 1 second. 1 second.
Deal's a deal. Ready to see your new home?
And this is the living room. You've got a couch, bookshelf, a bedroom, a TV right over there. Ooh, and my personal favorite, the poster that changes into any picture you want. Observe.
Ooh, nice. Can I see the bedroom?
So, what do you think?
I love it. So, what do you think?
Well, the Cyber 16 was a nice touch, but the intro was a little long.
Really?
Some people have short attention spans, so I recommend sticking with a shorter intro.
Good point. I want the best for my Blue series.
If you go serious, I go you.
Yeah, sure. I need to test out my Exodia deck anyway.
Right, I'll use a mod spec.
I'll start by activating both sarcophagus. In 2 turns, Exodia's right leg will be added to my hand. Next, I'll set 1 monster and 1 card face down. Your way.
Also, some skills for Brain Johnson. Now, let's do 3 monsters. White Wing Magician, Monster Spectre Toad, and Monster Spectre Raccoon. This lets me set a Monster Spectre spell or trap from my deck. And my Raccoon lets me fetch Kyuubi. I will normal summon Kyuubi, and I'll use his effect to fetch Monster Spectre Guts.
There we go.
Now I'll choose White
Just
Wing
got a
Magician
post
with
set up.
my Raccoon
I'm
to
pretty sure you can see it right
summon
now on
White Wing
my
Magician.
main page.
I activate my trap for Obliterate. By sending Exodia's left leg to the graveyard, Arcanine Magician is sent back to the extra deck.
No problem. I will overlay Kyuubi and Toad to see summon Downer Magician.
Is anybody still playing Yu-Gi-Oh?
And I'll equip one-shot wand. Downer Magician will attack your face-down monster and inflict piercing damage.
Question is Willard open for sequels?
After she attacks, I have to detach one for life.
You mean Willard Wonka?
I'll use Sengen's effect to fetch
Well,
a
depending on
set.
how
I can set
the
one
ending
target
comes
on
out,
straight for
then
one target.
yeah, I would say he would probably be open for
I'll
sequels.
my turn.
Yeah, I would say there would probably be
Activate
he'd be
Parallel
open for
Fist.
some sequels.
By sending Obliterate to the grave, I can destroy Downer Magician. And when my Obliterate trap is sent to the graveyard, Exodia's left leg is added to my hand. I'll set a monster face down and end my turn.
Draw. I'll put up some Monster Spectre Raccoon back from my extra deck. I'll use his effect to fetch Echo Bottom. Then I'll summon him. And now I'll activate my first face-down, Monster Spectre Cyclone. This lets me sacrifice Echo Bottom to destroy your face-down monster.
Since you just destroyed Witch of the Black Forest, I can fetch Exodia's right arm.
Yeah, so I would say that yeah, there's a possibility of sequels. That's the thing. If this projects will receive, then yes, there will be sequels.
This is the strength of all my spellcasters. Now they will both attack you directly. Remove.
Draw. Exodia's right leg is finally added to my hand. Now I activate part of the wallet. I will add Exodia's left arm to my hand. And with 5 pieces of Exodia in my hand, I win this game.
No, it sounded fine. I think that would actually be a pretty cool idea for for some sequels. That sounded just fine.
Invented this way against future.
Don't worry, dude. I know you can win that rematch.
Are you sure? And even if I do win, what if... Okay, let's try again. Can someone explain to me why such good friends are suddenly quarreling with each other?
Go to theater school, they said. Follow your dreams, they said.
Tom Petty's video.
You'll
That would be
never
funny.
get more than distraction while trying to type a proper cover letter, they said. Well, for the love of Celestine, that's it.
All right.
It's just a joke.
Jokes are supposed to be funny. Sugar most delicious.
Get sweetie.
What the heck is going on out here?
I think I do.
Lady then. Dr. Wolf, care to fill me in on why you guys are reenacting the debates of the ancient pony tribes 20 feet from my house?
Honestly, I'm not sure myself. I've never seen this guy before.
I mean,
We got to the park because they were about to destroy my office.
Interesting. Maybe we should try a deal with things like this.
Really?
Indeed. For example, the
oh, okay. Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah. Tom Petty.
You don't want to blink it right, but yeah, thanks.
I can see you're all having a bit of conflict. I'm here to help with the proven and patented method of my father, backboard block, when he resolved issues between my siblings and I. Doctor, would you mind heading into my house and fetching some glasses of water for the group, please?
If you just made a dog pun, I'm going to be a little put off. But anything to help, I suppose.
Is there a point to this?
Ephraim, thank you for volunteering to go first. What is it you would like to gain out of this fight?
Oh, well, I suppose reimbursement for the food that Espio destroyed would be nice. We had to make reservations for that restaurant a month in advance, and the night got ruined by his stupid prank.
Very well, I see your point. And for fighting with Espio rather than accepting his sense of humor, I shall grant you a boot to the head.
Say what?
Oh no, are you alright, dear?
And one for her wimpy boyfriend.
Hey, don't told me that.
Is everything all right out there? I thought I heard a yelp.
Progress being made. Gosh darn wolf ears.
Huh, that's so great.
And with that, turn our attention to Firebrand.
You get it, kid.
How did you get involved in this conflict?
Together. We lost most of our debts. I was right to throw her back and keep her.
Your plight is actually quite understandable. However, because you respond to directions, I'll make sure Sweetie Bloom replaces all of
Really?
after you
Boot to the head.
What about me? I'm the one that got switched like it was some kind of changeling invasion.
one more for Kiefer and Lulu.
Really? My eyes!
What is this? I thought you were going to be helping them. This is just violence.
My canine comrade.
Alliterative dog puns now.
This is discipline through shared consequences that appeal to the base instincts of all parties by showing them the fault in their behavior and creating a negative synapse for the instinctual mental actions in response to others' offensive actions. Forgiveness through realizing what and camaraderie through surviving hardships together.
Ronnie, last I checked, we're not your kids.
And that brings me to you, Vespito.
My increasing disapproval for the methods being employed under my therapy session.
I think as soon as I start the spheres, then I will start shooting some scenes I don't have the quad barrel shotgun first. So those scenes I will probably be starting as soon as I, get those in order. So hopefully relatively soon.
Are you still using the boots, Bronny?
If the referee didn't see it, it didn't happen.
I saw it.
Hand it over for key frame in the room.
Oh, there's no need.
Of course, since holidays are over now.
After all, you've been a very good friend to me since we were here.
Holidays were.
You've listened to me vent and made me laugh.
Good.
Is that a squirrel?
Squirrel? Yeah. We're going to have a chat about it, just tasteful jokes. In the meantime, I'm going to look over there. Just peaceful.
Problem with their intestine shipping anything to the head says what?
What?
Fire!
And one more for key frame in the room.
Learn to stop talking. See? I told you there's no squirrel. When you please understand that I have control over my instincts.
And now, by the power vested in me by virtue of being your father, reason siblings should be fighting with each other like this. You're supposed to be friends with each other for the love of all that is sacred. Holy crow. I never had any problems with my siblings growing up. Why the heck are you guys constantly at each other's throats? Oh. So that's where I came from.
You're right, Mommy. Guys, I'm sorry I got so angry at you all. I know it was just a prank. And I shouldn't have suggested that prank in the first place.
And I probably shouldn't have gone along with it.
I
Maybe.
shouldn't have held Sweetie up by her tail to use this opinion out of my key frame. And I shouldn't shoot.
I would say that's a solid maybe.
Let's never find it.
Agreed. See? What did I tell you, Doctor?
Yes, it would appear as though physical discipline does have its practical benefits.
Exactly. This kind of thing always.
However, you did trick me into violating doctor-patient confidentiality and discipline my clients without anyone's consent solely because you were inconvenienced.
What's your point?
I think we should return the favor. It's taking some camaraderie, Bronny.
Righty then. Dr. Wolf, now might be the time for you to advocate peace.
I advocate ducking.
Get him!
I have died every day waiting for you. Darling, darling, don't be afraid. I have loved you for 1,000 years. Loved you for 1,000 years.
I thought I left you at home. Here. Hey, listen up, Miss Virginia. When the teddy bear began to slowly walk away, which caught
Hey, how's it going, Tetch? Oh, did you see the reason behind today's stream? It's about the donation page to help make this channel grow and to help fund future projects. It's okay. It's all good. Alright, let's see here. I'm trying to find some funny creepypasta readings. Let's see. Say Uncle.
Escoge tu maestría completamente en línea en la Escuela de Negocios y Empresarismo de la Universidad del Turabo. La única
Fan
en Puerto
service.
Rico clasificada entre las mejores escuelas de negocio de América Latina. Matricúlate ya y comienza tu maestría en línea.
Very funny touch, yeah. Not they do like see me inflate for some reason, so yeah. I get that. Hmm. Oh, what new prop are you talking about? Oh, are you talking about the new beach ball that I got? Well, you see, my problem with that is I don't have a pump for that, which is why I have the donation page set up because I need a pump for that. Who the heck is McJuggernuggets? Eh.
This happened 4 years ago when I was still in high school. I was told to do my last delivery of my shift. I got in my car, which was a 1999 Camry, perfect for delivering pizzas. I GPSed the address on my phone. I live upstate in the country, so all pizza deliveries were long drives. I remember the sun was starting to set, so it was probably around 7 o'clock. I'd say after a good 15 minutes of driving through the foresty dirt roads, my GPS said I had arrived. It was an old little cottage-like house made almost entirely of wood. It was sitting all by itself in the middle of
That's
absolutely
okay.
nothing but forest.
That's okay,
The
J
lawn was
Master Love.
completely unkept.
Talk to you
The
later.
grass was almost at
Oh,
high
and
height.
thanks again.
I was used to this
Take it
kind
easy,
of
okay?
thing, so I didn't think much of it. I took my pizza to the front door. There was no doorbell, so I knocked loudly on the door. Within 10 seconds, I heard the sound of footsteps hitting wood on the inside of the footsteps made it to the door and stopped. I started to feel uneasy. I got the feeling that I was being watched. And that's when I noticed there was a peephole in the door. "It's the pizza guy," I called out. I heard a low, harsh-sounding voice on the other side of the door, telling me to bring the pizza out back. I didn't like the
That's
idea
okay,
of
it's
going
all
back
good.
there. Something didn't seem right. "Are you sure, sir?" I called out. He didn't answer my question. The sound of footsteps didn't move away from the door, so I had the feeling he was still watching me. I almost found myself walking back to my car, but I decided I didn't want any trouble with my boss. The last time I brought a pizza back, he gave me attitude, so I reluctantly walked through the uncut grass and around the small house to the back. I remember there was a shed and a little patio back there. In the patio, there was a table with 4 chairs surrounding it. In one of the chairs, facing away from me, I saw the head of somebody sitting in the seat. I began walking over and said, "Excuse me," but the person didn't even move an inch. "Excuse me," I said again louder. Then from behind me, I heard, "Psst, over here." I turned around to see a man poking his head out from the corner of the house, looking at me with a crazed smile. "Come over here, I want to show you something." I freaked out, turned around, and ran around the house in the opposite direction, back to my car, for some reason still holding the pizza. I got in my car, started it, and got away from there. On my way back to the pizzeria, I pulled over to the side of the road and called the police. Eventually, I was informed that there was no sign of anybody having been in that house for a long time. I quit my delivery job a few days after that. I have no idea what would have happened to me had I gone up to that man, but to this day, I still wish I just turned my head to see who or what was sitting in that patio chair. I'll never forget this night. The pizza place I worked at was about to close, and I was getting ready to go home when the phone rang. I was working the counter alone that night, so I was taking calls. I picked up the phone. There was complete silence, so I hung up. About a minute later, the phone rings again, so I pick up again. Still silence. I was about to hang up again when I heard the very weak and cold voice of an old woman on the other end. She said she wanted a regular pie delivered. I remained polite on the phone, but on the inside I was screaming. I just wanted to get home and end my shift. I called out to my boss that somebody was requesting delivery. He told me I had to go. I
think there might be a way.
But I realized
There might be a way. It's just all about how you go about executing the idea.
Okay. I took down the address and told her I would be there soon, but she had already hung up. I thought that was rude, but I ignored it and yelled to the chef that I needed one regular. My boss told me to just go home after the delivery as the place would be closed. So a little before 10 o'clock, I got in my car and put the address into my GPS. The house was 7 miles away. The GPS took me to the quiet side of town. I arrived to the house. It was a small, one-floor house in a very quiet and empty block. I took the pizza and walked up to the door and rang the doorbell. There were no lights on in the house.
Yeah, that's probably what it is.
She hadn't given me the wrong address. I rang the doorbell again. There was still no answer. I was about to give up when I turned my head and saw somebody standing at the window. I got a little freaked out and backed up at first, but I eventually got closer to the window to see the person. It was an old woman, probably in her late 70s. She was just staring at me with a blank expression. I yelled to her through the glass that I had her pizza. She didn't react to what I said, so I screamed it louder. A big smile ran across her face. Not a pleasant, genuine smile. It was a smile that sent chills down my spine.
Yeah.
I still remember that exact face she made through the window. I decided that I was freaked out enough and got back to my car and set the pizza in the passenger seat. I had to text my boss about this. I shot him quick, ready to get the hell away. I looked to my right to get one more look, to see the woman standing right outside my passenger side window, giving me the same stare she had given me before. I put my car in drive and floored it down the street, not looking back. My boss never made me do a late night delivery again. I was looking for a car to buy for my son for his 18th birthday. I was searching all the typical car websites, cars.com, eBay Motors. They were all overpriced as expected. Craigslist was the only place to find an actual deal. About a week into my search, I found an 03 Toyota Camry. It had 67,000 miles, no accidents, no damage, in good condition for only $3,500. This seemed like a steal for such a reliable car with such low mileage. The seller lived about 10 miles from me, which was a reasonable drive when looking for a car. I gave him a call to set up a time to come check it out. The man sounded normal on the phone. He assured me that there were absolutely no problems with the car. He introduced himself as Bob. I brought along $3,500 in cash, even though I planned on wiggling down the price as much as possible. I pulled up the dirt road to Bob's property about 15 minutes early. It was a tiny little house with a decent-sized property, only because it was a bit far from the nearest neighbors. The garage was open, so I walked over to
Alright, sorry about that.
inside, but except for an unusual
Trying to do this 24-hour deal and not come up
the
with
car
much
was
to
nowhere
talk
in
about.
sight. The only car on the property was an old pickup truck. I went over to the front door to check the house numbers. It was the right address. The doorbell button was missing, so I knocked on the front door. I knocked for exactly 5 minutes before deciding to give the man a call. So I dialed his number and I heard the sound of his cell phone ringing from inside the house. I was extremely confused at this point. Now I knew I had the right house. I didn't understand why, if he was home, why he wasn't answering. I decided I had to take a peek through one of the windows to see if anybody was inside.
Very true.
Peering through the glass, I couldn't really see much as it was pretty dark.
And I know it's not even 5
I
o'clock
saw a
yet, but
very
it's 5 o'clock
old-fashioned
somewhere,
dining
so.
set. But across from that, I saw somebody standing at the back door of the house, staring outside. I figured that must have been Bob, so I knocked on the window, but he didn't even move. There was no gate or anything to the backyard. It was just a wide open yard.
Tomorrow,
since this was in a rural area.
I'm going to be hanging for a day out with my mom, so.
I didn't understand how he couldn't hear me.
Tomorrow, just going to be hanging out with her. Probably go to Kmart, yeah, do something to get out of the house.
The figure standing by the door was a taxidermy human being. I ran straight back the way I came, back to my car. I looked up one last time before driving off. The blinds to the window I had peeked into had been shut. I could see 2 of the blinds bent open. Somebody was at that window watching me. You can probably guess I had the gas pedal to the floor the whole way home. The whole situation still makes no sense. All the car parts, the fact that there was no Toyota Camry,
That's true.
the taxidermy human being, the fact that there was no car there leads me to believe that whoever that man wasn't planning on selling me anything. And that also leads to the disturbing thought that I was very close to becoming a lifeless statue staring out that man's back door. I was on tour trying to find some really deep websites. I was in a chat room where people normally shared links to deeper websites and weird pictures and videos, commonly illegal pornography. Some guy named Vintage Triple X posted a link without describing what it was. I clicked on it and it took me to a black screen where a big video box eventually popped up with a play button. The video thumbnail was a dark room, only lit by a TV screen. Out of curiosity, I clicked play and began to hear the sound of TV static in the background as lines of static slowly swam down the video screen. There was no sleep bar in this video. Then I noticed something slowly begin to emerge from behind the wall. It was a figure dressed in all black with some kind of black mask on as well. I started to suspect it was a jump scare video, and I thought I was right when the figure leaped out and ran to the screen in less than a second. It still got me even though I was expecting it, but then it got strange. The person had their face in front of the screen, slowly moving around as if he could see me. He was observing me. Then I heard a crackling, demonic voice say something. It came from the video. It repeated itself, and I could make the phrase out to be, "Ask me something." I was really confused. I tried typing something, but there was nowhere to enter text. Then he said, "No, not the keyboard. Say something." I felt my heart punch the inside of my chest as he said this. I opened my mouth and mumbled the words, "You can hear me?" It responded with, "Yes." I was uncomfortable now. I thought it was a video. I pressed pause, but it didn't do anything. He said, "Don't try to leave. I want to talk." I tried moving the mouse to the exit button, but the mouse was frozen. In fact, none of the keys were responding on my keyboard. There was a long moment of silence before my webcam began flashing as if it were on, and my face popped up on the screen. "There, I got a picture of you now. Now just hang on while I get your address, and then we can meet." I started to panic, smashing every key on the keyboard, spazzing the mouse, but it did nothing. I had my finger on the power button, but it also didn't do anything. The computer wouldn't turn off. The voice was saying crazy things like, "You're stuck here. I will find you. Don't even bother." I snatched the screwdriver sitting on my desk, unscrewed the 4 screws on the bottom of my laptop, and took out the battery. The computer finally turned off. I was gasping for air as if I just ran a marathon. My heart was pounding 5 times as fast as it should have. I have since left my laptop off after that, and have resorted to using my desktop as my main computer. I'm sure by now nothing will happen. He definitely didn't have enough time to get my address. It was very common for me to be home alone at night, as I only lived with my dad, and his shifts would constantly shift from days to nights. This happened around the time my dad was doing night shifts. I would stay up really late on these nights watching movies. It's always taken me a long time to fall asleep, so after turning off the TV to go to sleep, I probably laid there for a good half hour. Then I heard a toy fall over in my toy closet. It was nothing too suspicious, but it still creeped me out. But then the doorknob to my closet started to wiggle until finally unlocking the door. I hid under my covers, not making a sound. It was strangely quiet for a good 2 minutes, so I finally peeked my head out of the covers. There was a figure standing next to my bed, looking down at me. I screamed at the top of my lungs and began hugging the wall behind me. The figure looked out the window and then just walked away out of the room. I stayed in that position for like an hour before checking if he was really gone. The front door was left wide open, so it seemed he had left. I didn't get a minute of sleep that night. This story is from the point of view of a 16-year-old girl. I used to have a boy living next door to me that was obsessed with me. His name is Joey. Every time I would go outside, Joey would come outside as well, as if he were watching me through his windows, waiting for me. He was 17 and very weird. He didn't seem to have any friends, as he was always home. I tried to give every sign possible that I didn't like this guy, but he didn't get the message. So I had to finally just tell him one day that I don't like him until leave me alone. The look on his face that day is something that won't leave me. It was the kind of angry look a toddler gives their parents when they can't have a toy. Coming from a 17-year-old, that's much more disturbing. One day, my parents left me to watch the house. I was working on a school project when I felt my bed shift a little bit. I looked under my bed. I screamed as I saw Joey laying under my bed. I ran away while he tried to crawl out from under my bed. I ran to his house and rang the bell at least 10 times, telling his parents about it when they opened the door. Joey never came out of my house, so I called the police. His parents begged me not to, but I ignored them. The police found him still in my room and arrested him. Apparently, he admitted this wasn't the first time he had hid under my bed. They also found pictures of me scattered across his room. The most disturbing one was of me sleeping, and it was taken from inside my room.
That's messed up.
Working the night shift always sucked. I work in an office building and constantly do the night shift since it was the only time it would work out for me. I was just about always the only person on the floor I worked on, possibly in the whole building. There would always be a kind of eerie feeling to being in such a big building with most of the lights out and absolutely no one around. But on the upside, it was peaceful and less stressful, and I was able to get a lot of work done. There was this one night though. It was a Friday night, around 2 in the morning. I was typing away on my keyboard when I heard a noise from outside my cubicle. It sounded like just a random crack from the walls or something. It's unusual in this building, but I didn't get too concerned about it. I resumed typing away and was once again interrupted by a sound. This time, the sound of a computer starting up. It caught me off guard. I was sure nobody else was working the night shift. I stood up on my chair to get a view over the cubicle walls. The glare of a computer screen in the dark was visible in the cubicle on the opposite side of the room. Then I did something stupid, something I regret. I asked if there was anybody there in a yell, hoping to get an answer from a fellow employee. But instead, I saw the glaring light of the computer monitor across the room turn off, and there was once again nothing but darkness on that side of the room. I started getting nervous. I turned off the lamp and computer screen so that I wouldn't give away my position to whoever that was. I crouched down and tiptoed out across to a nearby cubicle. There was just utter silence.
Hey Siri,
Waiting for something to happen from God knows how long.
set timer for 2 hours.
I eventually decided the coast was clear. I tiptoed down past all the peepholes, till I reached the opening where the exit door to the stairs and elevators. And that's when I realized how my fearful suspicion was true. There was a man crouched down behind the plates in the corner of the room, dressed in all black. I felt my heart sink as I noticed him, but it didn't seem like he knew that I noticed him. I turned back to the stairway door. There was no way I was going to wait for the elevator and take a chance. I casually opened the door and closed it behind me. I see the door downstairs. I feel like the door about 2 feet upstairs. I hear the door open and pick up the press of it. I heard it begin to press that same press upstairs. I then swung stairs, under the stairs as I could. All the way to push up the button behind me. This happened 4 years ago when I was still in high school. I was currently on the list to work on a trip. I got in my car, which was a multi-million plane, perfect for delivery pizzas. The GPS results in the plane. I live upstate in the country, so that pizza delivery is a long drive. I didn't have the same story to say, so it was probably around 7 o'clock. I still had to take 15 minutes of driving through the forest and dirt roads, and the GPS said I was not. It was an old little cottage-like house made almost entirely of wood. It was sitting all by itself in the middle of absolutely nothing but forest. The lawn was completely unkept, as the grass was almost at knee height. I was used to this kind of thing, so I didn't think much of it. I took the pizza to the front door. There was no doorbell, so I knocked loudly on the door. Within 10 seconds, I heard the sound of footsteps hitting wood on the inside of the house. The footsteps made it to the door and stopped. I started to feel uneasy. I got the feeling that I was being watched. And that's when I noticed there was a peephole in the door. "It's the pizza guy," I called out. I heard a low, harsh sounding voice on the other side of the door, telling me to bring the pizza out back. I didn't like the idea of going back there. Something didn't seem right. "Are you sure, sir?" I called out. He didn't answer my question. The sound of footsteps.
Okay, well, guys,
away from the door,
let me pause this
so
for a second.
He was still watching me. I almost found this.
Okay, guys. Gonna level with you here. I'm not gonna make it. I tried this 24-hour deal, but it's not. Yeah, it's not working. So I'll call this one a fail. So yeah, I'm sorry for that, but I'll probably do another live stream later in the day. It'll be called Take 2, but maybe it won't be as extreme as 24 hours because I'm already losing my mind because I got nothing to talk about. And yeah, so anyway, I'll catch you guys later. Till then, everybody take care.